Hi everyone. So, a lot of you know that the narcissist was a big part of my journey, and I learned so many incredibly valuable lessons out of my experiences with a narcissist, but I still wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. And I feel it is my responsibility and my duty to help try and educate people on narcissism, what the narcissist is, and how the narcissist is able to infiltrate the lives of empaths and other sensitive people. So, a narcissist is a person. There's a spectrum of narcissism. There's healthy narcissism, and then there's very toxic, abusive narcissism. So, narcissism in and of itself isn't bad. Like I said, it's a spectrum. But the narcissism that I'm talking about today is the very toxic, abusive narcissist. And the reason that this has become so prevalent in our society is because people are just ignorant of what and who a narcissist is. Because a narcissist is somebody that wears a mask. They, on the outside, professionally, whatever, they seem like perfectly normal and good people. They're usually really active in the community, they're in powerful positions, they have a lot of people that like and follow them. And so, because of that, the abuse that goes on behind closed doors is very insidious and covert. And the narcissist is very intelligent in his pursuit of emotionally abusing a sensitive person. They target sensitive people because they know they have a better chance of getting away or keeping us around longer, because they know that we'll form emotional connections to them quickly and it will be really difficult for us to let go, especially if we are in an unbalanced, codependent, people-pleasing vibration, which is being out of balance ourselves. So we're taking two out of balance people and we're putting them together. Of course, you are going to attract like magnets. And the reason is that there's a lesson for both of you to learn in this. It's huge life lessons with the narcissist. It's massive. So, the narcissist has created a illusion on the outside that he or she is this great person, that, they may go to church, they may seem just so sweet and nice and funny on the outside, they're charming. I mean, I had a narcissist who was just really funny, and he was just so adorably cute, and that's what really sucked victims in. They'd be like, oh, he's so cute, and you just want to like kiss his face off, kind of cute. And so but it was a facade and it was a trick, because once you get involved with these guys, once they target you, they are going to seem like your prince or prince charming. Just say everything you want to say, be everything you want them to be, but it's all an act. And like, if a narcissist hits you up on social media, or even if he hasn't, just know that he's targeted you for a while, and he's been through everything in your social media to find out what kind of person you are, what you like, what you don't like, what your fears and weaknesses are. If he can find any clues to that, he's already got you sized up. And then when he actually approaches you, he or she, you guys, it can go either way. I'm going to speak in terms of the narcissist being a man, because I'm a woman. So he's already sized you up, and he already kind of has an idea about how to mirror you. So he will begin to mirror you. He will like everything that you like. He will basically reflect yourself back to you. All of a sudden, your favorite food is his favorite food, or you want to do this as a hobby and he wants to do it too. And, you know, we might be flattered by that at first because we just don't know what we're dealing with. And we call these phases the love bomb phases because this is when the narc is absolutely perfect and adorable and cute, and they just let you know every day how wonderful you are, and they're so glad they met you and they can't live without you. And the red flags in this, you guys, is the consistency of it. It's usually like 12 texts a day or huge long paragraphs of like really emotional, you know, outpourings, but they never talk to you that way face to face. I had a narcissist that was like that. He would not ever share any kind of emotions to my face, but he would write me books of text messages. And what I figured out is his thing was he really liked to use words to manipulate. So he would do something to make you angry, and then he would use words in writing through messages to see if he could control your reaction in whichever way he wanted to go. If he wanted you to be mad, he would manipulate words to make you mad. If he wanted to confuse you, he would be very vague and confusing. And by doing that, he gets a sense of control over you. Ah ha ha, I can control her emotions. I'm so powerful. And so narcissists have a really grandiose idea of themselves. They think that they are the best thing since sliced bread and everybody else is beneath them. So another telltale sign of a narcissist is somebody that can never be wrong. Somebody who always has to argue with you. If you say, hey, this hurt me, and it's something that they did, they're gonna turn it around and say, no, it was your fault I did that because you did this. And like, they will never take any responsibility for what they do. If they cheat on you, you made them cheat on you because you were being too controlling or too jealous or too bitchy, when really you knew that they were cheating on you and you were having a very normal reaction. So what the narcissist does during the next phase, which is the devalue stage, is he'll start to tear you down. Nothing you can do is good enough. He'll start to smear you to friends and family. Oh, I just don't know how I put up with her. She's so abusive to me. She has anxiety. She's got issues. And he'll, especially with other women, he'll go cry to other women and about his relationship problems. And he's doing this in a way to get sympathy from the new woman and maybe set her up to be a future supply. And so they'll be smearing you behind your back, and then they'll intentionally provoke you, like say cheat on you. And then when you have a very normal, usually angry reaction, I know most of us get really angry when we are cheated on. And so you have a very angry reaction, and maybe you're trying to tell people how upset you are about the fact that he's cheating and lying. But, sorry, the dog. But they won't believe you because he's already told everybody, all of your mutual friends and anyone that will listen, that you're unstable, that you're crazy, that he's the victim of your abuse. And this is what makes it so insidious, because of this reason, the victim usually goes unheard, and people disregard and discount the victim, and they do believe that what the narcissist said about the victim is true, because on the outside, they don't see that. They don't see the pathological lying. They don't see the chronic cheating. They don't see the gaslighting, the name calling, the silent treatments, the plethora of weapons, emotional and mental weapons that they use on a victim to essentially try to break you down into nothing. They live in a state of perpetual jealousy. They feel like they need to control. They see vulnerability as a weakness that needs to be destroyed, and they get a great deal of satisfaction from destroying other people. It gives them fuel for their evil little fires. So This can be with coworkers. Happens a lot in family dynamics, and I think it's the most cruel in romantic relationships, because once you find out that the narcissist is the narcissist, the illusions that they have created around you about what the relationship is, what they say it is versus what it actually is, that whole illusion crashes down, and you're left standing there like, this was all a lie. This was never real. Like, he was cheating and lying the whole time. And you get really angry at yourself. And this is when, as victims, we can begin the healing process. Sometimes the narcissist discards us when we start to catch on to the abuse. Sometimes we discard the narcissist. But in any case, the narcissist will keep coming back to you even after you've been broke up for years, weeks, months. They will always come back and try to hoover you, which is try to get you sucked back into that relationship. They'll promise they've changed, they've had great epiphanies, they've learned their lesson, and they promise if you give them another chance, they're going to change. And so you might fall for that a few times. I fell for it a few too many with one, and every time it was the exact same pattern. So narcissists work in patterns. They all go to the same school. They all have the same mentality. If you think that you are in an abusive relationship, and emotionally, even physically, because it usually does turn into physical abuse and or death for many women, it's very, very important that if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, that you get very educated on what narcissism is, and you make a safe exit, because you need a strategy to leave this type of abuser. So if you think you're in that type of relationship, feel free to message me. I can definitely help you figure it out, work through it, give you any advice. I mean, I have dealt with 3 narcissists in my life. I know a lot about this dynamic and how they work and what the symptoms of a narcissistic relationship are, or just abusive relationships in general. And healing from the narcissist is a whole nother journey, but that's where the blessings really start to come in for victims, okay? So the narcissist's dirty deeds eventually catch up to him. He eventually, gets himself into a situation that does ultimately expose him for who he or she is. So you don't need to get revenge on a narcissist. Trust me, they will do it to themselves. So yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about that, and I'll share some more about it, but I just think that it's really important that people know how this type of abuse happens. It's not like you meet them and they're like abusive right off the bat. No, they're gonna lure you in. They're gonna seem really nice. They're gonna seem friendly. They're gonna be popular. They're gonna make a lot of money. They might even be famous. Okay, everybody loves them on the outside, but it's all fake. It's all a mask that they have created to cover up the literal demon that lurks inside of them. So there's lots of great information out there on narcissism, and you can hit me up on my Facebook. I'm on Facebook the majority of the time. If you would like to talk more about it, I would love to share with you. And I do want to make a few more videos talking about this type of abuse. I think it's really super important that people know what it is, because by knowing what it is, we take away their ability to continue this abuse. The only advantage that the narcissist has is the public's ignorance of them and how they work, because everything they do is behind the scenes, everything they do is deceptive, everything they do is in the shadows. So yeah, so be very aware, okay? Look for warning signs, listen to red flags, listen to your intuition, you guys, and find support if you are or have been in this type of relationship. So yeah, thanks for hanging out and listening to me, guys, and I will see you next time.